Hey, how's it going? I just finished my ballet and it's time for our TikTok live. So, just so you know, today was... usually I do stuff for you guys that you ask me to, but I kind of forget about myself, and this is unfortunately the problem for a lot of us survivors, is that we care for other people more than we care for ourselves. And I kind of forgot what this makes me think about, me coming out publicly. So I had a bit of a shitty day. Thank you all for being here. Maybe it'll make me feel better. Because last night when we talked at our live, you asked me to make a video on how to confront your abuser. Hey, Angela. And you can see, first of all, from the views, you can see that pretty much nobody cares for your true story. I actually shared in that video the story how I confronted my father about sexually abusing me, and it did not get many views because people don't like hearing about other people's shit. Like, it's too much. And that is why, I'm doing it through fiction. I've done it through my books, because when you write a fictional story, it's removed from reality. It's not as spooky, not as awful, not as depressing, not as triggering, and you can talk about stuff and people go, oh my god, here's my money, take it, like, can I read your book? Where in reality, the shit that happens, nobody wants to hear. So you need to eat more? Excuse me, Christopher Columbus, what do you mean? That kind of stopped me for a second. So explain to me what you mean, or I'm gonna boot you out of here, because that is not a comment that I welcome. It's nobody's business what I eat, and my body's nobody's business either. So please explain yourself. Hey Doc Lexi. So what I wanted to tell you guys about, somebody just, you know what? Get the fuck out of my live stream, Christopher Columbus. Get out of here. Guys, please tell that person to get off here. I don't want you here. It is none of your business what I eat, or my body's none of your business. So get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Okay? Anyway, so let's get back to our topic, because sad people will show up and they will try to yeah, I actually don't know how to mute someone. So I don't know. If you're staying, Christopher, behave. Jesus Christ, how do you do that? Yeah, I'll have to let's see. How do I do it? I don't know, you guys. I don't know how to do this. So, wow, look at that. Just one nasty person shows up. Oh, click on his page. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, if he talks again, well, there you go. Wow, look at that. Manage. Let's see. Block. Here we go. Confirm. All right. I think I just did it, you guys. Thank you. I didn't know that I could do this. This is actually the first time that somebody showed up just to kind of yeah, I just blocked him. Yeah, I don't mute people anymore. I just block their asses, but I have never actually blocked anyone here on TikTok. My first time, yay. Thank you. So I wanted to talk to you about my video that I posted, and I wanted to tell all of you, especially those of you who've gone through trauma, especially through childhood abuse, and especially if it is sexual abuse. Wow, I got my first bag of money, whatever that means. That was really cool, with a little dollar sign. So, and by the way, I'm building a safe community here, guys, so I will block anybody's ass coming here, anybody talking to you in the manner that we don't like, or talking to me. I actually didn't know how to do it here, so now I know. But let's talk about how nobody cares about your true story. So if you want to go and watch my story, how I confronted my father about sexually abusing me, you can watch this morning's video. But also I invite you to go and take a look. See how the video before that had I think it has 70,000 views by now or something. And the one from today has only 3,000. And I know exactly why. First of all, I was really reluctant to post it because I haven't been there. And you guys have knocked me on my ass. I had a pretty shitty day today because my body shook. I actually have not felt this in a long, long time. I have not shared this story in about 12 years publicly. So, wow. This is what we survivors of abuse do. I think about you more than I think about me. And I actually did not I forgot that this would really be difficult for me. So I'm gonna have to try to stay away from it, because it was not easy. Also, there's been a bunch of friends on my Facebook, because I shared on Facebook as well, from Russia, and they're like, oh my God, I want to talk to you. Did it happen? And I was just like, I don't want to talk to any. It was just, do you know what I mean, right? You shared and you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone at all. Just leave me alone. I don't need your help. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm fine. I've survived. And all these people jumped on it. Oh my God, I didn't know I could help you. I'm like, look, I'm fine. I don't need your help now. But that's what happened. And thank you. So at least I know it helped you. But just so you know, that video took a lot out of me. I have not talked about this publicly for over 10 years. It is fucking scary when you come out and you share this stuff publicly, because all kinds of freaks come up on your throat. But the worst thing is that my parents, my family, everybody turned away from me, and they told me, you're lying. You made up this conversation. It never happened. And that just destroyed me, because ever since I was a kid, and those of you who've been abused, you can relate, right? When you try to tell adults, hey, something happened to me, and they just go, oh no, nothing happened to you. You're so confused. You're like, but wait, I remember exactly what happened. Like, what do you mean nothing happened to me? And it's just fucked up, because then you start doubting yourself. You go, well, maybe I remember wrong. Like, for the longest time, I doubted myself. Thank you for being here to allow me to be vulnerable. Yeah, so that's why it was difficult for me to share this today. I do really hope that it helped some of you, because I don't know when I can do another video for you like this. As you can see, it's easier to be like upbeat, like, hey, here's how you can get out of, blah, blah, blah. Here's number 1, number 2, number 3, like whatever is it I did how to stop being numb, right? Yeah, exactly. They say, no, it didn't happen like that. Victimizing, normalizing. Anybody here? Raise a hand. Oh, but nothing happened to you. It's no different than blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, oh, so that's normal? And as a kid, you have nothing to compare it to. So you think it is normal, right? So you don't even realize you've been abused, because everybody around you is living in this shit. Oh, is that what it's called? Gaslighting. I actually have never, I don't yet know what gaslighting is. I've seen the term thrown around, but because it's not my first language, is that what gaslighting means? I guess. Yes, they fear the truth. So here's why they do this shit, is because if they believe, that means they're living with the monster. This is why my stepmom still doesn't believe me, and my mom still doesn't believe me, because if they believe, my mom is more open to it, but my stepmom, that means for 15 years, she's been married to a monster, and her life will fall apart. And so she's protecting herself, but not me, right? Because as a child, I'm supposed to be protected by my parents, but I wasn't. And that feels awful. If the person believes, do you know the next thing they have to believe? They have to believe that they were shit parents. And that is really tough, because we all love kids. We all have this instinct to protect the young. Hold on, let me scroll up. Yeah, they convince you that the truth is wrong. Exactly. And then you start doubting. You're like, am I nuts? Am I crazy? I love you right back. Wow, you guys, that was quite a fun adventure, right? With that awful dude that we blocked. Yeah, and your moms want to protect you. So anyway, so what I wanted to tell you, just watch on my experience, because I have not been public about it for a long time, but I want to show you. I'm going to be like my sacrificial lamb for you. It's not a responsibility to deal with their stuff. Yeah, exactly. The problem is, okay, here's something, Maya Angelou, I think her quote I really love, which she said that very few people grow up. All people get old, but very few grow up. Can you just listen to that for a second? This is what happens to parents who don't parent you. They never grow up. Yeah, they get old, but they never learn how to be adults. People who abuse other people, they're just like these scared little kids, and they take out their fear and frustration and pain on other little kids. Guess why they abuse us as kids? We trigger them. Do you get that? If your parent looks at you, they see themselves in the mirror. Usually they abuse you at the age that they've been abused themselves. You get that? So that is why it's so fucked up, because it goes on for generations. There's just like, somebody's got to break the cycle, right? So I broke the cycle with my kids, but man, it was difficult. Like, I would have rage fits. My daughter would cry, and I have this reaction to kids crying. Anybody else raise the hand? I couldn't cry. I could never have a toddler tantrum. I was silent. Like I would cry silent tears, but my face was just like a piece of stone, you know? And so when I hear a child crying, used to, now not so much anymore, I would get this reaction like, why is it that you can cry and I can't? Like it was anger, right? And I was just, it was so difficult because my daughter would cry and I'm like, I am not touching her. I'm not touching a hair on her head. And I once had to punch the wall until my knuckles were bloody because I had this fit of rage that just overcame me. And I'm like, you know, I had to redirect it somewhere. It was awful. Dealing with that now, you're 4-year-old. Yeah, you can't help it. You know, the problem is in society, there is no help for us, right? I mean, even to my therapist, I wouldn't say that because I was ashamed. I'm like, no mother ever has to feel that, but we do feel it. Like, what the fuck do we do, right? Let me go. I cried in front of my parents and becomes a problem. Yeah, my mother beat me and my 3 siblings. I'm so sorry. Yeah, my mother beat me too. She belted me, actually. My sister told me that I was smiling through tears like I made no sound, and that infuriated my mother even more. Oh, I sent you a link to my book. Oh, thank you. My parents just abandoned me yesterday. I'm so sorry. That is terrible. Oof. Yeah, a lot of shit is coming out here. So guys, let's keep it really safe. Any assholes again show up, you know, any kind of human beings are not willing to work with that, let's just block their asses. Yeah, no shame. So but back to what we're talking about. Nobody cares about your story. I just want to give you that because I've been through it and I hope to spare you pain. Nobody gives a shit. Okay, you go online and you go, you know, my parents are assholes or somebody beat me up and blah, blah, blah. Like somebody might tell you something, but they're really not caring. Like they're not going to do anything. You can go to authorities, but they will only do it because they're paid by the government or whatever. And so they don't care. You can go and look at my story that I posted this morning. Not many people care because it's a very ugly story of me confronting my father. Okay, nobody wants to read that. It's no fun. So that's why I started writing books, is because it was the only way for me, number one, disassociate myself from myself so I can actually put it down on paper, and 2, to share it with people because they would not turn away. You know, they wouldn't look at me, like at first when I came out publicly about it, people walked around me like I had the plague. I kid you not, like I'd go to parties and they would like not touch me. It's like as if incest was contagious. I felt not like a human being. I felt like a second sort. I mean, I don't know. People didn't know what to do with me. And then I got really angry. I'd go to parties and I would like, do you know how, I'm not American, right? So I came to America and people say, hey, how are you? And I'll be like, oh, my grandmother is sick and, you know, I broke my leg last week or blah, blah, blah. And the person's just staring at me. I'm like, well, how are you? And they go, I'm fine. And then they just would leave. And I was like, what did I say wrong? You asked me how I am. So for a long time, I couldn't understand it coming from Russia. This is just like an American thing where nobody really cares. But there's truth to that. Nobody's really open for your true story. And so you're pretty much fucked unless you find a way to tell it. And so fiction saved me, writing a fictional story. And I'm building a community right now where we're all teaching each other how to do it. Hold on. Let me scroll up. Very interesting theory. My dad beat my brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wish the world was more empathetic. Hey, we're making it more empathetic, right? You guys are here instead of like watching your favorite TV show. I'm so grateful and honored. And I'm like, you give me hope, okay? We're talking about this shit, so we're not silent anymore. Yes, writing is healing. Writing healed me. Some of us are very passionate about justice. I wish I could get justice. My abuse happened so long ago and it's back in Russia. There's no mechanism. There's no legal vehicle for me actually to pursue my father. There's pretty much nothing I can do. Do you have any tips on how to be numb to emotions? I want to stop feeling for a while. I apologize that I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because otherwise I would cry. I just posted a video on how to not feel numb. And then you go, how to feel numb. And I get you. Like sometimes it's so fucking overwhelming that you just want to get rid of emotions. I feel the need for people to tell me my abuse is valid. Yes, this, guys, well, my books, I have a stack here. This is how I got validation. Because privately, when you talk to your therapist, you know, nobody knows except your therapist. And you know that they care because you pay them. right? And that always stopped me. I'm like, well, you don't really care. I'm paying you to care. So that is why I started writing books, because I got validation from people publicly. Once they read the book, then they go, oh wait, is it based on something real, like real life? And I'm like, well, yeah, actually it's based on blah, blah, blah. And that is when I could tell them the real story. And that's when I got, wow, people got me, you know? So I'm so glad, Ripley64, that it's helping you. Yeah, reality can be hard, but let me, I've written a bunch of books. So I have 4 here. You can buy it on my site, kseniaansky.com. Then all the money, or most of it, is going to go to me, and I'll sign it for you. But you can buy it cheaper on Amazon. So this is my book about being a 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl with PTSD, ADD, ADHD, on pills, about parental neglect. I mean, it's a fantasy, but that's what's underneath it. This is about me being homeless, teenage mom. I was a mom I got pregnant at 17. I was a mom at 18. And this is actually about me confronting my father in my 20s. It's a ghost story. Happens on the train. And this was about me being suicidal. When I was a teenager, I really wanted to jump off a roof of a building, commit suicide. So I planned it, but never got the guts to actually do it. Thankfully, I'm still here. But let me get back to your question. You asked how to stop feeling. I get you. So the way I dealt with this is that I threw myself into work, which is not healthy at all. Oh, the first book. Hang on. It's called Rosehead. Here. You can take a screenshot. Or you can message me. Or if you go to my site, which is just my name, kseniaansky.com, all my books are on there. And, it's not in my bio. In my bio is my startup, Emberville, which I'm building a community for writing. But yeah, I'm thankful you're here, damn it, Donna. The fact that you can say thankfully I'm still here. Thank you all. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. The time when people like this person who showed up stopped me, they're past. It's scary. I'm still scared. And I'll probably be scared for the rest of my life, but I'm kind of past the point of giving fucks. I want to help you. And anybody else can go fuck themselves, honestly. So don't care. Get out of here. I've been feeling very unproductive. Yeah. Today, because I posted that video, you guys, I was for a whole hour. Usually I'm like working a lot because I'm a CEO and a founder right now with my startup, right? And I have a lot of meetings, a lot of shit to do to take the startup off the ground. And I could not work for about an hour until my boyfriend told me, he's like, dude, go watch like a TV show or get your brain off it, because it was so triggering for me to post that video, because I revisited that conversation with my dad, and that was pretty ugly. My skincare routine. So I have like no skincare routine. So many of you ask, and I don't have any. I just, this may come as a shocker to most of you, but those of you who know what carnivore eating is, raise your hand. If you don't know, read the book called The Carnivore Code. I eat only animal products. I don't eat vegetables. Gasp! I know. I only eat sometimes seasonal berries or fruit, and it's mostly animal fat and animal meat and like internal organs like liver and heart and spleen and kidneys and I use cream. Oh, can we invest in your startup? Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, sure. I mean, I was thinking about crowdfunding, but that's a great question. Yeah, totally. Send me a message on Instagram. Follow me and let's chat. Philibert Moreno. Because we are actually fundraising right now. This is so cool. Thank you. I'm primarily sharing it here to just give you guys hopefully what I've learned over it's been now 12 years that I've been on this healing journey. But yeah, this is fantastic. I don't know. Well, there are actually campaigns when you can do like micro investments, when there are a lot of people do that. It's called crowd, kind of like on Kickstarter, but we don't have a product. I mean, what we do is we have a safe community for you to write out your shit, to turn your trauma, your pain into a positive, into a story that we can help you publish, and because That's what kills me, is that all of this shit people do to us, or abusers, and then we're the ones who suffer. Like, we have to swallow it up and somehow continue living, and it's really difficult to do that. But you think like you're broken, right? You think, oh my God, all this shit happened to me, it's like this weight. But I tell you, it's your superpower. Okay, can you own that for a second? Everybody, please. All the shit that happened to you is your fucking superpower. Because you've lived through something that nobody knows. You're unique. Your story is unique. And if you write that story and you share it, kudos to you. Like, this is your, basically showing two fingers to your abusers. That's the best revenge, is you being super happy, getting public validation, and turning all that negativity into positive. And on top of that, making money off of it. I mean, hell yes. This was my response. I'm like, fuck you all, family. This is all the shit you've done to me. Here you go. People are buying my books. So what can you do about that? Nothing. You can't reach me anymore. So, oh, hey, from Australia. I love you right back. I have a few people are in my community in Emberville from Australia, so I totally get that. You never realize how much evil is there. Yep. I love you so much. The only person that did it gets the story, and the victim stays in the shadows. Yeah. Oh, hey, the girl from Instagram. Yeah, if you want to send me a longer message, just follow me on Instagram. Send me a message on there. Hi from Canada. Can you say hey back? Yes, hey back, absolutely. I'm scared to share my story because my abusers might hear. Come back. That's exactly it. Who is it? Hang on. LX Reen. Send me a message, please, on Instagram, and we can jump on Zoom. Any of you guys in here, if you want me to show you around my community, Emberville, go to emberville.com, my website, my startup. You see it in my bio. There is a link on top to grab a Zoom meeting with me on the calendar. So let's meet and talk. For 20 minutes, I'll talk to you and I'll show you what we're building. And if you come help. But that's just to tell you that you're not alone anymore. Did you just start? What do you mean, Shimi Polkaru? Just start what? You mean live? No, you showed up at 9 o'clock. No, I actually started early today. Yeah, I started early because I got done early with my ballet again. Thank you. Yeah, if you would love that, go ahead and do that. So if you just go there, find my Calendly. It's through my Calendly link. Totally, yeah, go jump on it. That's what it's for. Okay, it's for you guys. I'm building it for you right now. Like, I have no income. I used to make money when I was a full-time writer for about 10 years, but now that I'm doing a startup, I'm writing only in the mornings for about an hour or so. Thank you so much, Shimi Polkaru, coming from my life. Yeah, I'm here on time. See, I came in early. So that's my pledge to the world. That was when I wanted to commit suicide and I didn't. I just decided that once I pull myself through, I want to give back. Because when I was alone and nobody cared, my family turned away, it was really difficult for me to continue to want living. You keep up messing the times. No, you didn't mess up anything at all. You showed up on time. It's just that I came in early. I'm at Pacific time. So every night, you guys, I'm going to get on from about 9 to 10 p.m. Pacific time. I just jumped on early tonight because I got done with my ballet class early. See, this is my ballet leotard. I just did the class. How old am I? I'm 45. I just turned 45 on February 6th. You can probably trace back to my video. Yeah, Eastern time. So you're like 3 hours ahead of me. And we are friends, when you get out. Yes. So that is basically what I'm pledging to you here. So if you have any questions or if you want to come around, there's actually a few of you from TikTok who already joined our community and they love it. Oh, hey, 57 is a beautiful age. Fucking love it. That's great. How do we join the group for CSA survivors? What do you mean? We don't have a group here, but it's just like all together a community where you've survived through all kinds of stuff, not just CSA. I went to think a link on your Instagram. I don't know where to go from there. Oh, okay. Okay, go on my TikTok. Do you see my bio? Do you see where on the bottom there's a link? It says emberville.com. So click on that. That will be the website for my startup. And at the top, there's a banner and says for a limited time, schedule one-on-one meetings with CEO founder Ksenia Ansky. So you click on that. Somebody help, hold on. What is your name? Tail X Renee? Somebody please help Renee to get on there. Yes, so Philibert Tomarino, grab a meeting with me too. I can tell you how to write a book out of it, because that's what I did. I wish you could share everything in my experience. Hey, bottom of the line, I will. That's what I'm here for. I am literally sharing everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 9 p.m. Pacific is 12. Yeah, it's midnight. I wish I could change my schedule. I mean, the only other time I'm live is in the morning, 9:30 to 10 a.m. But on the weekends, I'm here usually around 11 a.m., something like that. So, I mean, I could try to go live 3 times a day. Sometimes oh, hey, Taylor, very nice to meet you. Did you find the link, Taylor? Just say yay or nay. Or if you can't find it, then go follow me on Instagram, send me a message, say, hey, this is Taylor here, and I'll send you my link to my calendar. Actually, I can tell you all, guys, right now. It's Calendly. You all know the calendar app, right? It's calendly.com/Amberville. If you go there, you can just grab a spot with me and we can talk. If you want to make more TikToks, share with us. Would you be sharing more? Yes, I'm making a TikTok every day. So tonight, one of the reasons why we're talking is that I'll be asking you, what do you want me to make? You're welcome, Taylor. What do you want me to make the video about tomorrow? So I have like 2 things here we talked about last night. One was how to forgive, and the second one was how to deal with anger and rage. So vote yay or nay, or I mean, we still have plenty of time. I wasn't going to shut this down early. Just tell me what you want me to make a video about, and I can share with you the stories of how I've been through what I've been through, because I've been through so much stuff. It turns out that I kind of forgot some of it, and then when I talk about it, somebody else will be like, oh my god, yes, that's me. Do you have tips for setting and holding boundaries with family members? Oh my god, that's such a great question. Whew, okay, I'll tell you. Anger and rage with help. Okay, I'll tell you what I had to do. I ran away from my country because I literally did not know how to cut myself from my family. I did not know any other way. So how to deal with anger and rage? Okay, I got 2 votes. Anybody vote? I can make that, because I've felt a lot of anger and a lot of rage. So to you who asked the question, I just stopped all communication. Forgiveness releases a lot, I agree. However, it's not a requirement. Like if people tell you, oh, you have to forgive, you feel better. No, that's bullshit. You will not feel better. I forgave and I felt worse later. So some days I feel like I've forgiven, some days I don't, but I don't care anymore. If I don't feel like I've forgiven, I feel all my anger and I feel absolutely awesome for feeling it. So in terms of boundaries, back to your question, I just stopped talking to my family. Like, for example, my mom would send me these messages on WhatsApp and I would just ignore it. And that is what I recommend, because if you enter into communication, any word you say, that person can use against you. So if you want to cut off somebody from your life, you just stop. You don't explain. Please, everybody here, can I please spare you pain? This is about your family, your friends, anybody else. If you want the person out of your life, or if you just want a temporary break, stop communication. And here's why. Any of you have markers here? Write it in big red letters and stick it in, like, on your forehead or somewhere you can see it. Silence is an answer too. Okay, you get that? Silence is an answer too. The people will get it. If you're silent, they will eventually get the message, but it will protect you, because if you start explaining why, there is bound to be misunderstanding, and it opens the door to bargaining and judging. So they'll judge you. Oh, no, you shouldn't, and blah, blah, blah. And then they'll bargain, like they'll try to make some kind of a deal. Well, we should meet one last time and we should talk about, but it's like, no. You don't have time, guys. Please, you don't know when you will die. Do you want to spend another minute of your life on the person who's not making you happy? No, you probably don't. So don't waste your time. And I feel it more acutely now. When I was younger, in my 20s, I was just like, whoa, I have my whole life ahead of me. But now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, nope, I don't. So literally, don't waste your time. Let me go back down. But what if it's my mother and I'm the older brother and I don't want my siblings looking down? Yeah, that's a tough situation. This is where, I mean, you know, the best I found, I was an older sister and I bottled it up and I just wrote it into stories to not go crazy, okay? And if that's the best I can recommend to you, but please take care of yourself first. That's another thing too, is like, if you're in a dysfunctional family, you're an older sibling, then you become the parent, like a surrogate parent, and that is really, really difficult for you as a kid to do. So there is a way, if there is a way for you to take care of yourself first. And I know because you love your siblings so much, but I can tell you it backfires. It backfired for me every single time. I have 2 half-sisters, and they're both younger than me. So I don't have a great answer for you right now. Think about it, because that's a really tough situation. Yep. Everybody look at what Dammit Donna said. No response is an answer. Hell yeah. I fully agree with you. And some people aren't ready to hear what you have to say. Waste of energy. Exactly. So it's also kind. Let's talk about kindness here, right? When you cut off somebody like this, it is kind. It's kind to you and it's kind to them. Because there is no drama. There's no discussion. There is nothing. They can imagine. They can make up reasons. And we always do. It's like, well, maybe she broke up with me because of this. Or maybe this. Or maybe this. But there is nothing for them to use against you. You give them no weapon. There is no drama. Okay? Do you get that? Hey, Taylor, I just got your calendar confirmation. So we're on. Good job. You did it. Hold on. So I don't know how to cut out my abuser because they pretend the abuse didn't happen. Fuck that. That is hard. Whew. Do you live together with them? I mean, it's really tough if you live with a person like that because somebody here had to run away, right? So it depends on how old are you, what country you're in. Do you get a passport? Do you have some kind of a skill that you can make money with? Do you have friends who can give you space to live? Like, I ran away from home when I was 17. And I worked for a whole year as a babysitter to make enough money to rent a studio apartment. And I only had money enough for 1 month of rent. So, but I was 17 and I just did, you know, I was probably crazy. I just did it. Let me go back. Yeah, so you're excited and nervous. I'm excited too. Like, I know some of you scheduled time with me and then you cancel because you were like, hey, I was so intimidated to meet, but it's the same thing as here. Okay, so don't worry. And I'm going to be wearing a hoodie, totally casual. So, you know, I'm just like you know, I go and I shit like you and I pee like you. Like, we're the same people. J.A. Crispy said, I just wanted to thank you. I'm so glad. Like, please tell me what's the most helpful in comments. Ask questions. Also, guys, I wanted to tell you something. I'm trying to answer everybody's comment, like every single comment, but I've been writing for a full time for about 8 years, and I have like this pain in my wrist and in my thumb. So sometimes at night it gets really, it hurts. So, and sometimes there's so many comments, so I kind of have to stop. It doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you or I didn't read it. I read it all. So if you see a video and if you see comments and somebody asking something and I haven't responded yet and you can help that person, please comment. Let's build a community that is safe and all-inclusive and supportive so that we can help each other. You know, I'm starting the conversation, but it's not about me. It's about you, okay? I'm doing this for you. And I'm doing it for me in such a way that it's fulfilling for me because when you tell me it's helping you, you keep me going. So it's like we keep each other going. Okay. Anyway, let's see. So I got the wishes for tomorrow. Are we all in agreement? You want a video on how to deal with anger and rage? Living in the community is helpful. Yeah, exactly. It's for all of us. So if you want to share your story, you can share your story. Thank you. You're a beautiful soul too. If you want to ask any questions, it's safe. That is why I'm building a community, Emberville, because I want to create a community that is troll-free. So we have no free accounts, but, you know, if you want to join, just tell me, hey, I'm from TikTok. I'll give you a discount to try the first month. Because once the person gives you their payment information, that really weeds all kinds of weird people out. So, but aside from that, let's just try, you know, to build it here too. Even though TikTok, anybody can join, and sometimes your name, like, I don't know by your name who you are, where you're from. So if you want to have more personal interaction, then tell us all what your name is, where you're from, to say hello and all of that. But let's talk about the rage and anger. What specifically would be helpful to you guys? I was angry for, let's see, so when I first confronted my father, I at first was in denial. When he admitted to it, I was in such shock, and then I was depressed because when I told my family that he basically admitted to sexually abusing me as a child, they told me, oh, no, this conversation never happened and you're lying and blah, blah, blah. So I was absolutely devastated, and I was suicidal. Oh, you're from Egypt. That's so awesome. We have someone in Emberville that's from Egypt at the moment. How to not take that anger out on others? Right. So I had so much anger after my depression passed, and my next stage was anger. I was really, really, really angry. Is confrontation necessary part of healing? Nope. No, you don't have to. Closure might be helpful to you, and confrontation might be part of closure, but you don't ever have to face your abuser. Ever, because you can suffer from it. You know, they can hurt you again if you don't have enough support. And as a victim, you have a tendency to step right into a painful situation. I know, because I've done that. So please don't do it if you don't have support from someone, or if you're not sure that they won't hurt you again. That is why when I called my dad, I wasn't ready. I was pretty much talked into it by the fiancé of my half-sister, because they got so upset. They said, well, this is a big accusation to make on your father. You know, you really need to talk to him. And so that's why I called him. I wasn't ready myself to call him. But hang on, I'm losing my train of thought. Somebody asked a question and I started answering and I completely lost it. Oh, anger. Okay, so then I was angry for like a couple years. And oh my God, I was so angry that my anger spilled. So to give you an example, I would go to a party, you know, like, not party, but like a dinner with friends, right? And they would ask me, hey, you know, what's your name? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And like, how are you? And you know what I would do? I would look a person in the face and I'll say, hi, I just remembered after years of amnesia that my father sexually abused me and I feel awful today. How are you? That is how angry I was. And then, can you imagine? So the conversation would stop. The person would stare at me. All the people around would stare at me, and they would kind of go, ha, or make an excuse, and they would like slowly trickle away from me. And I get even angrier. I'm like, why aren't you listening to my story? So I would go to the next group and I'd tell them the same. I remember doing it because I was so angry. I'm like, would somebody please listen? Can somebody hear me? Can you guys listen to me? So I was pushing it on people. I mean, I was one of those people where you go, okay, maybe you shouldn't talk to me kind of thing. Like, so I was violating other people's boundaries to really getting in their face. That's how angry I was. That lasted probably about a couple of years until I learned what to do about it. Which, this again, I showed it to you. This is what saved me, okay? My books that I wrote, I would put all my anger in there. Like, this book took me 5 years to write. I just published it. And I put all of my anger in here. I torture my father in here. And like, I mean, he is dead in here. And I watch him die. You know, in this book, I killed my father. Killed, quote unquote, because he became a different person. But as a main character, I drove a knife into him and I stabbed him to death. So I had to have that anger. I had to let it out. And, you know, that was my video about you having toddler tantrums. It's like, well, what if you could never have toddler tantrums as a kid? Yeah, I wrote books, a bunch. I'm writing my 11th book. So I have 2 books that are a collection of my tweets. I used to be like, you know, I used to be pretty prolific on Twitter, but I'm hardly ever there. So, and then I wrote 8 novels. So I just have a bunch of them here because every single time when I go live, somebody's asking me, oh, what's the book? And show me. So finally I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have them on my desk and show it to you if you want to see. Oh my God, Rihanna says, thank you. Yeah, I hope that positivity, that light comes from actually being through all of this. Yeah, holding anger of that forever. I have to wrap it on there. I might as well be a healthy way. So how is it like writing in the second language? Oh, thank you for asking that. That is a really great question. What is your name? Comrade Wafi. Oh, and before I go off, when I go live every night about 9 to 10 p.m. Pacific time, and then in the mornings 9:30 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. So this is the only reason why I was able to talk about my story, because English is not my first language. So it was like survival for me. I had to learn, because in my own language, I still cannot talk about it. Does it make sense? Like, it's so horrendous that, oh, you really want to write in English, but I'm afraid I will not be good enough. Guess what, you guys? I was freaking out. I was like, Jesus Christ, like, look at Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, you know, Chekhov, like all of these big Russian writers, and here I am. I was like, who the fuck do I think I am to even begin writing, you know? So get over it. You're gonna be fantastic. I did it, and yeah, Writers Club. If you don't know, and if you want me to show you how or learn more, go to my startups where I'm building a community where we're teaching each other. You can actually come in and you teach a class on how to write together, write your pain into a story. So grab a time on my calendar and I can tell you more, because this is just too fast in here, like all of these comments, or I can make you a video. And then once we hit 1,000 followers on my startups account, which is here, visit Emberville. It's on emberville.com in my bio. See the link in my bio? Go to my bio and see it there. So once we hit 1,000 followers there, I'll do live classes on the account here on TikTok. I can't go live on that other account because we're just only have about 100 people in there. I would love to learn how to write better. Yeah, totally. So that's what we do. So I can give you tips here, or you can come join my community if you can. Let's see, it's the same for me. Can speak in my language, Arabic, but I can talk in English. Yeah, absolutely. You are the best, Comrade Wafi. I love you. Go grab a time on my calendar. Let's talk. Let's meet over Zoom, and I can tell you more. But yeah, basically. And thank you guys. I can see how a lot of you are jumping to answer comments. You know, like some comments are scrolling up and you're jumping in to answer. Those of you who can, thank you. Because let's help each other with this shit. Because you know what? We only have each other. Like, people who hurt us and who abuse us, they don't give a flying fuck. Right now, they're doing something nice for themselves or whatever. And this is another thing. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow in the video. This anger that consumes you. Those people who hurt you, they don't care, right? So you're the one who's hurting and they don't care. And that's why you really need to get it out, because actually it can impact your health. Like, I was really sick for many, many years because I had all of these emotions. Thank you, Emerald Salt. Yeah, what's your name? Tell me, and where you're from. I could be wronging someone, and when they confront me, I would be playing victim or be, yep. Yeah, God, I can talk to you guys about this for hours. I've been there, done that shit. It's just, and then when you do it later, you go, why the fuck did I do that? Like, why did I say that? Why did I even open my mouth? Like, why can't I learn? And then you blame yourself. But the thing is that we don't know how to be gentle. Oh, your name is Emerald. That is so beautiful. I love it. Hey, from New Mexico. I'm in Seattle in Washington. Wow. Did you love it? You know, like, I hated my name for a long time. My parents named me, it was like a really weird name. It's a Greek name, actually. So in Russia, there were very, very few girls named Ksenia. Now there are many. But back when I was a kid, nobody could pronounce that name. And the only other Ksenia I knew was a janitor, like an old lady. Oh, you're in Spokane. Hello from Spokane. Yeah, I love Spokane. I've been there a couple times. I've been there for the book fair. Oh, I forgot. There was this event, and I always sell out all of my books in there. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ariana. Or Ari. I love that. Utah. Oh, what? Seattle Medicine Park. I used to live there. Yeah, you hated it as a kid. Same thing. I know. Emerald. Please, everybody tell Emerald that Emerald is such a beautiful name. So yeah, I love it now, but I used to hate it because I couldn't, even to other kids in Russia, you know, they would ask me like, what's your name? What's your name? And like, it wasn't like Masha or Natasha or Lena, which is like a typical Russian names. Like, and so now it's fashionable. But back then I was like, oh my God, why did you call me that? Thank you. Oh, Lily. Hey, Lily from Pennsylvania. I'll try to remember. I usually have a pretty good photographic memory of, yeah, I love the color of emerald. That's, I know. Hey, Danny from Tennessee. Do I say Danny? Hi from Shoreline. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. My phone is deciding to like freak out because it's like the battery is low. I'll do this. Okay. I think it's charging now. Lucy K. That is cool. Do you like it? Because that's one of the things I did, guys, to change my identity. I changed my last name. I kept my first name, but I legally changed my last name. My last name is actually an anagram of my first name. It's just letters reversed, because I was like, I'm not having a name of any of the two guys that I was married before. Fuck that. I'm not having any guys' name. That's my name. It's gonna be my own name, not my father's name. So, oh hey, therapist in Portland. I'm so happy. Thank you. What kind of therapy do you do? Valerie from Louisiana. Right on. You want to change your name too? So, hold on. This is like really weird. Let me put this. Okay, this is a better. This is a little better. You're amazing, girl. I just invented that word. Hold on. Something I started saying like, so I divorced, and that's how I got my last name changed legally. Is you can actually, when you're divorcing, they ask you what you want it to be, and so I just invented it. What? Oh, Kenya from Des Moines. Yes. Do you have a personal meditation practice? Yes. Oh, you're an analyst. Oh, that is so cool. Psycho. Okay, yeah, let's totally meet. Hey, K Grove Z. Please grab a time on my calendar. Let's Zoom. It's in my bio, the link to my startup, emberville.com. Go there. There's a link to my calendar. Or you can all just go to calendly.com/emberville and you can grab a time. Yeah, I want to talk about it. It's all gushy here. Thank you, Ari. Do I say Ari or Ari? Ari. I hope I'm saying it correctly. So, but hold on, meditation technique. I meditate now every morning for 10 minutes. It used to be much worse. And remember how I told you in one of the videos to love your inner child. So, hold on, second one. Ari or Ari? Ari. Did I say Ari correctly? I hope I did. So, she would scream at me, my inner child. She was so mad that I ignored her. So I would close my eyes and I would sit and I would have a conversation with her, and she would be right there. And the way I did it is, you know how you meditate? So I sit, with my legs crossed, kind of like in the lotus, and I would put my hands up like this, and I would put my other hand into this, but it would be her hand. My inner child, I would hold her hand, and I'll be like, I'm holding your hand. I'm so sorry I ignored you for so many years. I'm listening to you now. Please tell me what happened. Please tell me about all your pain. I'm sorry I fucked up. I'm sorry. And she would just scream. And then roll. And yeah, all these things that I couldn't do as a kid, that's what I got. So that was a few years of my meditation where I had to do it. Now, I hardly do it anymore, but I would also imagine sitting at the edge of a lake and she would be there with me. So now I just meditate and I listen to my body. So it only takes me 10 minutes. Sometimes she comes and she says hello, but pretty much we're reunited. So it depends on where you are in your healing journey. That's what I would say. For me, meditation was all about my inner child. I mean, I wasn't even in a good place to begin meditating because the shit was churning in my head. I was too ADD, so it was only me imagining my inner child, myself as a kid, that helped me. How many years of working through these things did you notice a change? Okay, so please don't shoot me traveling her shoes. I wish I had a better answer for you, but it's been for me a little over 10 years. I did notice a change about every couple years or so. I would get to You know, like the Mario game, like a computer game, like the kids used to play on Game Boy. You know, you go, doo-doo, you go to the next level. So I would feel I got to the next level. But, oh, thank God for you. 2 years no contact with parents. Good job. For me, it's been now about 12 years. But let me go look. Do you consider yourself 100% healed? No. And I don't think that... Mario, yeah, I know. You can just tell how old I am, right? I'm not 100% there. I'm here because I'm probably 80-90% there. I mean, like, stuff like this video this morning that I made for you, that hit me hard. I'm in such a good place that it only kicked me out of normal for about half a day. But it used to kick me out, you know, for weeks, stuff like that. So... and I still fall for the trap. Like I just did here, one of you, oh my god, my hair is like, one of you here commented, and I commented back on direct message, and that person said, hey, I really want to help, but you don't get me. And I'm like, well, help me get you, help me understand you. And in the end, we had a Zoom meeting actually, and that person yelled at me in the meeting because I was like, here, I want to help you, and here's all the tips and tricks. And the person's like, you don't get me, you don't understand me. Well, do you see what I did, right? I stepped right into the victimizing behavior. Basically, I had all the red flags and I ignored them. So no, I'm not 100% healed. I am, however, in a really good place. I mean, I'm so much better. So I'm pretty close. I don't know if I'll ever get to 100%, if you want to measure it percentage-wise. Do you think I should confront an ex-boyfriend who abused me when we were young? You know what? Okay, here's what I'll tell you. Please only confront your abuser if you feel like it. Like, if your gut is telling you you must have it, then do it. But if it's just something that you heard me say or somebody else said, your life and your health is the most important thing. Trust your gut. You know better. I don't know, you know. And that can be re-traumatizing. So please don't. If you think that's going to hurt you more, fuck him. Honestly. Like, you don't ever have to have any contact with him. Gotta get a Zoom meeting. Yes, please do, Ari. At least tell me how to say your name correctly when we're on Zoom. Yeah, thank you, Jordan Graham. Well, what's your story? Tell us, since you asked me. I mean, all of you guys here, share your story so we can all kind of share stories. So it's not just me sharing mine, but that we feel that this is like a safe place to just talk about the stuff. Hey, Starships 555. I'm great. See, we're having a life in here and it's going fantastic. And I think I'm gonna probably not stick around all the way till 10. I actually started it earlier today. I think probably around 9:30. But anyway, back to our talk. So for tomorrow, for TikTok, everybody, yay, how to deal with rage and anger, right? Something around like, oh, you're originally from Bosnia. Oh, yeah, I'm originally from Russia. I moved here with my ex-husband. We moved here because he got a job here. Do you think I could heal in the same bad environment? I was abused as 12 by an older man. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Whew, this is tough shit. So, no, I don't believe that the environment in which you got sick can actually help you get better. You can get better, but you will fully heal if you remove yourself from triggers. The reason why I'm saying that, yeah, you could heal, but if you're strong enough and if you have people around you who will support you, typically, if you're in an environment where people hurt you, those people who are with you who hurt you, the place that hurt you, the place itself is a reminder, and it's just so difficult to clear your mind off it and to begin healing because the place itself, like the walls, the doors, the windows, the beds, the dishes, your coffee cup, everything reminds you of things. I can't leave. Go into your stories. This is how I started healing. When I was trapped and there was nowhere for me to go, I wrote stories. And in my stories, I imagined the life I wanted. And then, you know what you can do? You can share it with the world. When you share these stories, you will find people who will help you. And you will get out of there. I promise you. So hold on, let me get your name. So Doll 00, please everybody encourage Doll to write a story because that's a way out. Also, if you want more, follow me on Instagram and just write me a message there. But again, if you want to talk more, you guys, go grab a time on my calendar. Just tell me you're from TikTok and come and tell me your story, and I'll tell you mine, and hopefully I can help you more. Better than here, it's more individual. As just looking at my room is triggering. Yes, exactly it. Like, so when I go back to Russia and I go back to the apartment where I grew up, I cannot stand it, you guys. I can't, like, everything is just, I get like this body feeling of like nails scraping my skin off, just like this body shudder. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. You know, how can you heal in an environment like that? You cannot. Yes, thank you. Please ask everybody, doll, if you're safe, because the best we can do is at least hear your story. Unfortunately, I want to be around the rest of my family, but my abuser lives at home with them. Yeah, that's a tough choice, you know, because if you want to be with people who love you and you love them, I mean, here's what I would tell you. There comes a time in your life when you really, really, really need to start caring for yourself. Like, I understand there's people you love, right? And you want to be with them, but you are more important to you, okay? It's not selfish. It's healthy if you care for yourself. Hold on, is my phone just like completely? I think I'm losing the charge. No, I think it's still here. Driving past my parents' area, I can't do it. Yes, I even had that same thing about a workplace once, you know, where it was so difficult to be in there. Just driving by it gave me like a body shudder. So it's really important that you remove yourself from it. And if you can't remove yourself from it, make it a goal, write it into a story, literally write out the future you want to have and how you're going to get there. Because if you write it out, it's not here anymore, it's on paper, you can actually make a plan. Then you go, okay, how much money do I need? Because if you don't, here's an analogy. So if you go to an airport and you show up at the counter and they tell you, where do you want to go? And you say, I don't know. Are you going to get there? No. So that's why you need to write it down. Where do you want to go? Like, okay, you want to run away, you want to leave, but where? What city specifically? What state? What country? When? What date? How much money do you need? Throw yourself into research. It will help you overcome all this bullshit that's happening around you that goes, no, 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 like all these people, all this shit that's happening, okay? You will start actually acting on it. Believe me, because when you commit, the universe delivers. Somebody will hear about it because when you're committed, you start talking about it. That is how I ran away, is I first committed. Okay, it's like, I mean, those of you who are Americans here, the best example is the American president, I can't remember who said, he said, we're going to put a man on the moon. And everybody said, dude, you're nuts, right? What do you mean, man on the moon? But he committed, and the whole country committed. And what happened? You know, we got on the moon. So I'm just giving you that example. You got to commit. You say it out loud, and you say, I'm going to get out of this shithole. I will. And then you come up with a plan how to get out of it. And then once you have a plan, it becomes reality. Kennedy, thank you. Yeah, some of my American history is not so well because, you know, I'm from Russia. Thank you so much for talking to each other. I can see you guys. Please, please, please. Oh, hey, Oopsie, Dropsy, Daisy, good to see you. If you remind me of your name, I forgot your name. I want to get away, but I'm afraid to have no support system with 4 kids. Shit, girl, I feel you. I had 2 kids when I was a single mom, but 4, you got to start talking about it. I am sure there's other people, you know, other single moms, there's people who can surround you and support you. You can support each other, but they won't know to support you if they don't know your story, right? So you got to start talking about it. Thank you. Yeah, I do hope that this is a really caring community. Have you ever been in therapy? Yeah. Oh, I've been through 8 therapists. 8. And it didn't work for me. Finally, now I do have my therapist. Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. I forgot. I can't afford her right now because she specializes in childhood sexual abuse survivors. And I am a childhood sexual abuse survivor. but I have to pay, even with the grant they gave me, I'm not making any money right now because all my money I threw into my startup, and I'm not paying myself salary yet because we're not making enough revenue. So I can only afford to meet with her once a month. But she is fantastic because she knows exactly what I'm dealing with. But guys, it took me 10 years to find a therapist who gets me. 10 fucking years. Because the normal, they just, you know, childhood sexual abuse is so specific that typical therapists, they don't know what to do with us. They just don't. You're required for 20 years. Hell yeah. No more silence. And tell me what your name is so I can thank you by your name. I'm so happy, Lila, that it's helping you. It's a misnomer that time heals. Yeah, I mean, it is true in many ways. There's just so much bullshit floating around, you know, in society in general, all these beliefs. And, oh, Dragana. Fuck, that's awesome. So I was born in 76 in the year of dragons. It reminds me of a dragon because I'm a dragon, or I would imagine myself as a dragon. Dragana. Am I saying it right in Slovakian? Hey, I can talk Russian, you know, so Dragana. Is that correct? Yeah. Everybody please talk to doll 0-0. Okay, we gotta support you. If you had a flat tire, time will not change it. You have to take action. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Yeah. You know, Russian. I can talk in the bad Russian accent to you guys. Do you want me to? Because I was born in Russia and I can talk bad Russian English, you know, the way Russians usually talk. You were born in 88. You're a dragon too. Yay. Yes, absolutely. I love it. Dragana. So I'm going to begin wrapping up. I mean, I'm still here. 3 things, right? So 1, tell me if the videos are helpful. So go comment, especially the one today, because it took a lot out of me. So if it is helpful, tell me. I don't think I'll be able to do something like this soon enough. It really put me down on my ass. It really knocked me out. Oh, you speak Ukrainian. Oh, awesome. Я не умею по-украински, но я могу разговаривать по-русски. I love accents. I wish I had more interesting one. Well, I'm sure it's awesome. Yeah, so Dragana, let's talk. Go grab a Zoom meeting. I want to meet you. This is so fantastic. Tell me, before I leave, I'm still here. So for tomorrow, how to overcome rage and anger, or how to deal with rage and anger. Yes, everybody in agreement? You want me to make a video how to deal with rage and anger? Yay or nay? Before we say goodbye? Yeah? Thumbs up? Deal? Okay, I got Dragana. Deal, yes, okay, Emerald. Okay. All right, okay. So tomorrow I'll make it in the morning. And usually if you see me posting a new video, then after that I go live. This morning I only went live for 15 minutes because making that video took a lot out of me. I was just like, whoa, like emotionally it was really hard. So how to protect yourself from rage and abuser. Yeah, I'll try to touch upon rage. If I don't cover it in one video, I'll do multiple. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here, you're here, we're in it together. We're building our own family, right? Because fuck those people in our family who are not part of our family anymore. Yeah, come. I want to meet you, Dragana. Come grab a Zoom meeting so we can talk. And Emerald, very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you all. If this is helpful to any of your friends, bring them over, because when I was going through this, I wish I had a community like that supported me. And back then I turned to Twitter, which, you know, in some ways was a wrong decision because I got trolled in there a few times. But this seems to be much better, and I've learned a lot also. Now I block people's asses really fast. So anyway, thank you. I love you all. Please go do something for yourself right now. Hug yourself. Tell yourself, I love you, I love you, I love you. Tell your body parts you love them. And then hug yourself to bed if you're going to bed soon, and just rock yourself and say, you're the most beautiful person in the world. You are. I love you all, okay? I love you, Mom. I know some of you are like, hey, adopt me. I can be your TikTok mom. Totally. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Watch for the video, okay? Bye.